Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to 101.1 The Culture. And today I got my dog with me, man. Um, I know a lot of people don't see us together, but they don't realize that we done actually did a little bit of work here and there together. You know what I'm saying? So I feel privileged to have you on today. This is my dog. This is FB Boochie, man. So what's happening with you, bro?
What's poppin', bro? I appreciate you for having me, man, and to creating another platform for the artists from the town, man. I appreciate that, man. I
And I
appreciate that.
appreciate it. Yeah, man. We really trying to, like I say, put on for the culture. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
it's for the music and for the entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
for different artists,
yeah.
even people that are doing things small. It's big or small. I just want to be able to highlight other people. And today you are the highlight. You, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really grateful. Um, as always, when I start these interviews,
Mhm.
I'll let you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. So first off, tell us who you are.
Mm.
Tell us a little bit about where you're from, and then give us a little bit of info about your background because we're gonna dig into a whole lot of stuff, but kind of give us just like a brief overview.
Okay, okay. They already know my performance name FB Boochie, but we can tell them the government too, because on Facebook a lot of people follow me as Charles Smith. So
Okay.
some people come up to me and say, "Hey, ain't you Booch?" And some people come up to me and say, "Hey, ain't you Charles?" I would. So I take both of them. If you know me, you know me. But
Right, right.
I'm right. I'm from the town, man, Birmingham, Alabama, the real Birmingham, right in the middle, smack of the middle,
in smack dab in the middle.
smack dab in the middle, not the outskirts or none of that. But yeah, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, 400 block to be exact,
Okay.
West End. So that's where I'm from, man. And
West Seal for live.
exactly, West Side to Best Side, for real.
For sure.
And far as me getting into music, I've been in the music since I was like a baby, a toddler. It was like in my family from when my grandma used to wake us up on Saturday playing music to clean up. It always been stuck with me as far as melodies, good songs, storytelling. So music always been a part of my life, man.
That's what's
Always.
up. That's what's up. And I know a lot of us grew up with that grandma or that mama that was cleaning up on Saturday, had them oldies playing.
That's a fact.
You know, if you come from my era, like I remember it. I don't even tell this story like so. I've always been into like the creation and structure of music. When scratch and use first came out,
Mhm.
my sister, so I was here for the summer at this time because you know I was born here, raised in California.
Mhm.
I came back for the summer. I'm at my sister's apartment,
Mm.
and she got a, uh, you know, I'm trying to think of man because it's so old.
The vinyls, like
Yeah, she got the vinyl
yeah,
right
yeah.
of Cool in the Game, Good Times.
Oh man.
And I'm up there trying to scratch just on the regular thing. You know what I'm saying? And she come back one day, why my records all scratched up? Yeah, it was me.
Oh man.
I told her that story maybe about 4 years ago. She was like, I wonder how my records were scratched up. But we all come from that good era where we had someone influential
Mhm.
really honing our ear and putting that in our spirit.
Yeah.
So what was it like coming up like that for you on the west side and you know, having a grandma, you know, some people weren't blessed to have their grandmother at a young age. So what was it like during that time for you?
To tell you the truth, man, we weren't really as far as fortunate. We weren't as fortunate coming up like that, but it just felt like we was rich, if that makes sense, because
Yeah.
it's like grandma took care of us. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by my grandma, me and my mama. So it's really like me and my mama grew up together, but we still had grandma. But it just felt good though, cause that's during the times when like family was still like together when you
Yeah.
still had to eat at the table together with grandma. You couldn't leave till you know what I'm saying, finish your food. So it was just a time to feel good. And I think like that music that grandma was listening to, I think that stuck with me. And that's why it's like samples resonate well with me.
Hmm.
If you go through my catalog, I've sampled a lot of stuff, and it's because like what you said, that spirit of that time is still stuck with me. So samples hit hard with me coming
Okay.
from back in those times.
I have to remember that when I send my next beat pack to you. When I do some samples.
Yeah.
Mina was getting on me about that. She said, Magic, you don't even be sampling all this stuff. And for some of y'all that don't know, people call me Magic, but that's another story, right? But yeah, man, those samples really hit hard. And if you notice how people have been flipping them lately,
Yeah.
it's like they done
Yeah.
really brought that whole wave all the way back again.
Yeah.
Everything that you hear again is like a sample
Yeah.
or a remake of something that was popular. And it's funny that you mentioned samples. I had a conversation with someone saying people are sampling records that's got samples in them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because people is trying to figure out a cheat code to the cheat code. Because Kanye really found the cheat code as far as with the samples. And he spoke about it publicly.
Yeah.
He said you find a sample what everybody used to, put something catchy with it. They gonna remember the sample from when they used to hear it, and whatever you do on it, if it's good, now you got a hit record.
Exactly.
So they trying to find a cheat code to the cheat code by doing that. So that's what I think it is. But
I do too. I think people are looking for that formula or trying to recreate a formula that's been successful.
That's a fact.
And in the business, that's really what we're doing, right?
That's a fact.
Everybody's trying to make it, and we all trying to figure out how can we get our sound in with what's current, or flip what they doing that's current and kind of make it your own.
Yep. That's a fact.
And I think that's dope.
That's a fact.
Now, everybody that knows you knows that you a beast on the mic. Serious
Appreciate
beast
it, King.
on the mic.
Appreciate it, King.
Tell me what your first raps was like, though.
Man, my first raps, I ain't gonna hold you. My first raps, I feel like they was hard, but they wasn't even structured right. Like, some of my homeboys who I was rapping with, they had to tell me, like, this is 16 bar verse. You need to stop. Or this is how long a hook gotta be. So I ain't really even know that at first. When I started doing music, I just knew I liked the music, and I can know when something was wrong, but I had to learn how to structure it. But even when I didn't have it structured, like, the shit was going viral and the streets was fucking with it.
Yeah.
Because you can tell I was coming from a place of like, this a genuine dude.
Right.
And this shit he talking about real. So even when I didn't know how to structure a song, my shit was still sticking with the streets and people that was really going through that shit because of what I was talking about.
It was real.
It was real. And I wasn't no dummy. So I knew how to articulate stuff, my feelings in a certain way. I just didn't know how to structure a song in the beginning.
Okay.
But when I put it out, it resonate with the people because they can tell it was coming from a place of this nigga done been through something or he done saw something and I fuck with it. So they felt it, and that's what it was. So even the people, like some of my songs that first went viral before it was viral, people didn't even know. I didn't even know I was supposed to stop at this point. They was just like from the beginning to the end, this nigga going crazy. So that's what it was. But in the beginning, I ain't even know how to structure songs and shit for real.
Man, that's so crazy. Because I've been following you for years, ever since you were young, and the internet was the internet, even MySpace days. You know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with you for a minute.
Right.
And I used to listen to him. I was like, man, he just don't stop.
That's a fact. That's another reason. That's probably why the Tino disc was so fucking long, because I ain't know. I knew I had so much I was feeling, but I didn't know, like, hey, niggas, you coming up on 5 minutes. Stop this shit. But when I was writing, I'm like, nah, I ain't through yet. I ain't niggas playing with me, and I ain't through saying what I need to say yet. But
you ain't got all the way off.
Yeah, I ain't finished. It's probably a couple of people that needed to hear some of these bars, cause you was with that shit too. But and the shit wasn't even finished for real. But we stopped it at 7-something. What Tino did was like 7 minutes. We stopped it at like 7-something. But it's some niggas that got away. It was like 3-4 more minutes. It was some niggas that got away. But yeah, that's what it was. I ain't know how to structure this shit for real.
So when did you actually really start rapping and taking it seriously?
Between 2016, 2017, back during the Lean on Ice time.
Okay.
Everything before that was really for fun, just because my homeboy was doing the shit and I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, do what my homeboys was doing and help them get their shit to another level. But once 2016 hit, I started feeling like, all right, yeah, you can do this shit.
And so prior to 2016, you were in a group?
Yeah, yeah, I was in a group.
Okay, what was the name of that group?
The group of the Fat Boys.
Fat Boys. Okay.
Yeah, I was in a group.
And who was all in that group?
It was like, at first it started out with 3, then it turned into 6. It turned into 6 people. It was me, Ski, Breezy, Pip, Fidel, and there was KC.
KC.
Yeah, that was the last person. Yeah, that was the group.
But that really turned into a whole movement, like on the street.
It was. It was.
You know, it wasn't. It was rap, and then it was like
Yeah,
Streets was like really on the Fat Boy tip. You
that's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a fact.
And
Niggas remember them times to this day. Niggas
yeah,
remember them times to
for
this day.
real, you know. And
It was a fat. It was a. We had those Fat Boys and 400 Block. It
yeah,
was like a whole movement going on.
and when the group kind of dispersed a little bit, and you were kind of the solo guy really repping it. How did that feel? Because I talked to another artist about that, and he said it felt like a lot of pressure.
Nah, I ain't feel like it. I ain't feel like it was no pressure because a lot of times stuff happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Sometimes we just can't control it, no matter how bad we want it to be. So I ain't really feel no pressure. I just said you gonna have to make sure you keep some money flowing in to be able to back yourself on whatever you got going on instead of more than one person. So I just put one foot in front of the other and just kept going. I ain't feel no pressure.
That's what's up. That's
Shit,
what's up.
I ain't feel no pressure. Shit, I grew up in the projects. So shit, that far as rapping and shit like that wasn't no pressure.
And I feel that. I think I've reinvented myself a couple of times.
You got to.
Being able to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when things change or the scene changes or the business changes or whatever, I've been able to be fortunate enough to have a little foresight to know I gotta pivot. It's time for me to do something different.
Yep.
It's time to reinvent myself, whether it's my sound or what my marketing is or anything like that. And I noticed that you've done that in several ways as far as going from just I can go, I'm fit to go for 5 minutes and lay into somebody to when you learn more about song structure, you started putting stuff out that had more of that structure. That to me is where I saw a big turning point in your listenership. Everybody messed with the viral stuff, right?
Right.
But there were songs that I used to go through and just listen to on repeat.
Right.
And when you made that change, you still gave the people some of the rapid fire freestyle. So what do you like best? Do you like making the songs or do you like just getting on and letting them have it?
To be honest, I really like and flourish in the just straight rapping, but I understand that the listeners, you have to go with the times and you have to be versatile as far as how you can go. Because I see some niggas now, people saying they fell off because they saying that their songs don't have no meaning to it when they just get on there and rap.
Okay.
So if you never was prepared for that or you never adjusted, then you just stuck in a place where people gonna be like, all right, this the same song on a different beat. He gonna rap to about 2:30 and then that's gonna be it and go to the next song. So I seen where people want to listen to something and they want to feel something.
Okay.
They want to feel something or they want to be like, that's hard. But you got to be able to do both, though. You got to be able to adjust. And it's a lot of niggas that say I can't make no songs, but my listeners and my Apple Music, Spotify for artists, all that say totally different. I can make a fucking song.
Right.
People just got used to hearing me just get on there from start to finish rapping. I can make a song, but people gonna try to find some kind of flaw, especially if a nigga just keep going and he won't never stop. People gonna be like, well, on a cypher tip or on a freestyle tip, he raw, but he can't make a song. But you just saying it because you looking for a flaw in me. But I got numbers and shit that show I can make a fucking song.
For sure. And then some people, they only grasp what's on surface level, right? So
Facts.
They'll only resonate with what went viral as opposed to going to listen to your catalog.
That's a fact.
And saying, oh man, he got a hard little project.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a perfect way to put it.
And so,
and fuck them who say I can't make a song. My bad. You said I can cuss, though. Yes. Yeah. If you say I can't make a song, fuck you. Go listen to the catalog. I got songs about girls that's getting tons of spins right now. That's a song. So fuck y'all who say I can't make no song. I can make a song and I can rap and I can go harder than probably everybody in your top 5 if you ain't got me in there. So yeah, that
well, when it comes to the city, you definitely a legend when it comes to this music thing. I mean,
that's love, King.
I like to feel like the times that we've worked together that I was able to add to not take away from, because you came in, every time you came in, you are always prepared with whatever you did.
Of course.
You
That's
know,
who you don't play with nobody time, you don't play with nobody money.
you were just like, hey, I'm finna knock this out real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm finna come and run my ad libs. Hey,
I
I'm
don't
finna do
think
my highlights.
I really don't think no artist living can record faster than me or get it done faster than me. I don't care if you say I'm going out on a limb. I don't think. What's the quickest you seen me record a verse, bro? Like the quickest in minutes. Like what's the quickest? What's the quickest you think you? 3 minutes. And so imagine if I can make some shit in 3 minutes. Imagine if niggas doing a certain amount for an hour.
Yeah. That's
so my hour is different. Like
for sure.
I can have 2 tapes done. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's what we working on now. As far as the consistent with dropping projects, like I just dropped 4 season.
Mm-hmm.
I got another tape that's finna drop, and I'm gonna follow right back up with that one because that's how much music I got. Because I never really showed that I can outwork people as far as project wise.
Right.
I've showed that I can quote unquote out rap them, but as far as work, I ain't never showed that I can really put out more bodies of work than a lot of people. So that's on my goal is this year. Because I mean, some people don't care that you hard. Some people care.
No, they don't.
Some people care how much product can you give me to keep me as a listener, as a fan, and as a supporter. How much product can you give me?
Right, because you say that, and what I try to tell people when people ask me for consultations, I'm like, so how consistently are you dropping music?
Right.
Because number one, you don't know what's going to stick with your listener.
Right.
Number two, there's 150,000 songs dropping a day.
That's a fact.
A day, 150. Now we know, and some of them, and I think the ratio is like 80% of those records ain't even getting over 1,000 streams.
Yeah.
So now you still got to fight through the rubble to maybe find that diamond or that piece of coal that's going to turn into a diamond. Because sometimes you'll listen, you're like, oh, that's hard. And then a month and a half later, you hear a new song about and say, oh, he didn't snap.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you thinking about your body of work, do you have everything already scheduled out? I know you said you got another one getting ready to drop.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs you putting on the tape?
This next one is gonna be between 5 and 10 because 4 seasons just had 10 on there.
Okay.
So I may do full project EP, full project EP. I may do it like that, but I'm challenging myself to see how much product that I can give my listeners. I got probably about 100,000 Spotify listeners. That's just on Spotify. So I'm challenging myself. How much product can I give the people who actually listening to me? That's what I'm challenging myself on in 2025.
That's what's up. That's a lot of music, man. A lot of people say, well, a song every 6 to 8 weeks. But you talk about a project like every 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of rapping.
That's a lot of rapping, but in order to be able to compete with the machine, you gotta work as hard as the machine. If you're not in the machine, you gotta work as hard as the machine.
Facts.
And it's gonna be some people, your listeners gonna appreciate that and be like, I don't care who the fuck on Billboard, I don't care who doing what, but the nigga who I'm telling my people is hard, he's giving me this product. And so 2025, that's the year I want them people to be like, yeah, my dog who I've been bragging about and putting people on gave me a lot of fucking product.
Man, listen, he just dropped something else.
Right.
Yeah. The dude that you like, he ain't messing with my guy.
Right. Exactly. And if I got more product, that can help the person that's listening to me bag up their argument. And that's what I'm gonna do.
For sure. And I like that theory because everything that you've just said is generated towards the fan.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of people talking about, well, I gotta do this because the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. How do you interact with your fan base is the biggest key, because at the end of the day, they the ones that's gonna buy your merch. They the ones that's gonna stream your music. They the ones that's gonna come out to your shows. They the one that's gonna share and tell and
that's who keeping me in this shit. That's who keeping me in it. The people the listeners, the fans, the supporters, the people who are always gonna speak up for me when somebody try to slight me in some type of rap debate or music debate. Them the people that keep me going. The fans, the listeners.
That's what's up. And like I said, I was an early listener,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I used to say, "Oh, he can go."
Right.
And then when I started hearing the songs,
Right.
that's what I was a fan of I'm a fan of anybody that can get on the mic and
Right.
spit because I ain't no rapper. I
Mm-hmm.
love rap music and I love hip hop.
Right.
Um, but when I heard you start constructing them songs,
Mm-hmm.
and then I heard you get better
Mm-hmm.
at making songs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what really made me into like a real Bucci fan.
Right.
Because at first I was like, man, he out rapping everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen to the freestyle a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I heard the songs, and then you had some that was just like, he really gave it to y'all. And then on some of them, you don't even be trying to over rap them. You really painting the picture. You
Mm-hmm.
giving them the story.
Yep.
Still with the metaphors, but you're
Yep.
tone it down in the songs.
Yep.
So that's when I really saw your growth.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I like to watch artists from when they start
Right.
to how they blossom.
Right.
You know,
That's love.
that's why I got this gray in my hair because I've been around a little bit to where I can appreciate the growth of artists, and it's a badge of honor to still be doing it after so long.
Right. That's love.
For how long you've been playing with it,
That's
then
love.
got serious,
Right.
and now it's 2025.
Right.
So you thinking a decade of being serious, and people think the success happens overnight. They don't realize you've been doing this for real over a decade.
That's a fact.
Serious for right at a decade.
That's a fact.
So that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of patience.
Mm.
How do you deal with the ebb and flow of it's hot, then you got to cool down.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you feel it fairly middling. How do you kind of deal with that? What's your strategy when things aren't just moving like you want them to?
Be honest, bro. Like the people around me, like in my immediate circle, as far as my partners who I talk to all the time, and my family, my lady and my kids, that be motivation enough sometimes. When I feel like the outside world ain't rocking with me, but like when I go in the house and I see my kids who think I'm the greatest, who feel like I'm a superhero, or I talk to my partners who be like, niggas can't fuck with you. You say the game right now. I wasn't listening to nobody. I'm glad you just dropped because shit was getting dry here. When I hear shit like that, that's all the motivation you need, bro. And especially when you can see like you making something off of it, and then you changing niggas' life at the same time. Like niggas done told me songs done stop them from committing suicide, and I screenshot them and keep them.
Yeah.
Like, and I see shit like that. That's enough motivation, bro. I know people gonna be fickle all the time. People gonna rock with you. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be cold. But I got enough motivation to always pick me back up. I ain't really gotta worry about
That's
that,
what's
bro.
up. And I follow you on social media, so we be picking about the Drake and the Kendrick and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you talk about what's hot and cold. Everybody don't like you. Can be the biggest superstar, and everybody don't like you.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
You think that everybody's supposed to like you when you independent? Nah, it's gonna be ebb and flow. It's gonna be you hot this minute, then sometimes somebody else can drop something and say, "Oh, he hotter than them."
Right.
Oh, I don't mess with him no more. This is the new wave, and then it be back
That's
and
how
forth.
I go.
You know what I mean? And
that's how I go.
I'm West Coast, so I'm a K Dot fan. I go way back now. Not to say that Drizzy wasn't hard.
Right.
Because I like melodic music too.
Right.
And then when the beef was kicking back and forth, I saw how you was reacting.
He was kicking my nigga ass. He was kicking my nigga ass.
But you know what? It would, regardless of what's happened outside of the lawsuits that we ain't involved in, we just watch it from the outside. I think that was so good for hip hop.
It was. It definitely was.
I think it was a spark to make people listen again and really have people listening to bars.
It definitely was. Yeah. Because everything was getting so TikTokish and shit like that. If it went on a song on TikTok, then. But when them niggas went at it, it really got to like, what is you saying on these beats now?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it did. It put a spark back in the hip hop game for sure.
So when it comes to rap, hip hop music in general, it doesn't even have to be rap. Who are your top three?
Like of all time?
Yeah.
Musically, top 3, not just rapper, just
Not just
would
rap. What I always say it could be your favorites or your top 3 inspirations.
top. Let's go. I go top 3 inspirations. Probably be. We gonna have Park up there for sure.
Okay.
Wayne for sure.
I know you're a Wayne fan.
That's for sure. Easy.
Okay.
And probably. How many I got? 3.
You got 3.
I say I'm keep it a brick. The whole Texas wave, or the whole Texas wave and the Texas flow, the throw shit. I can't leave that out and act like that ain't inspired my whole shit.
You know what? I can kind of, now that you say that, I can kind of hear
Hell yeah.
the sometimes the way you twist your words when you rap. I can kind of hear that now. So
Hell yeah.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense.
We was on that shit hard. Mix that Texas wave with the MP. I put them in the same one. The Texas wave with the MP.
Yeah.
That really like inspired my shit a lot. I'm gonna keep it a brick.
That's what's up.
Cause a lot of niggas act like they went on that Texas throwaway, but
man, at one time shit. That's all everybody was bumping.
That's a fact. So I can't act like, I'm Texas. I ain't really inspired my shit.
For sure. Before we get up out of here, I know you touched on family. So, kids?
Absolutely.
How many you got?
I got 3 kids.
3, okay.
Hell yeah.
Ages, if you don't mind me asking.
No, you good. KJ 17, Carly 14, and Bean 5.
Ooh, so you got them spread out.
Yeah. And if my old lady wants some more, I have some more. It don't make me none.
You know what? That's a blessing, and it's a blessing to always have the kids involved in a lot of stuff. As you know, we're housed at the Crescent Cultural Community Center. You got a chance to tour the building. And I always ask, you're definitely contributing a lot to the hip hop culture.
Right.
Do you have any other things that you're doing outside of just the music that you're doing to kind of touch the outside culture right now?
That's crazy you asked that. They actually just asked me yesterday to come speak at the schools. But I'm always doing giveaways to kids though. I've been doing that for years. I always do that as far as trying to increase the kids' literature at an early age as far as reading.
That's what's up.
I always give away books with TVs and stuff like that. I give away shoes. I always do that. And that's just what people see. They don't see like the stuff that I give to less fortunate that's not on camera. But I always try my best to do my due diligence to help the less fortunate or help the next generation.
That's what's up. And I like to hear that, because the one thing I ask everybody to do is, you see, we got a big center, but we always need partners. So if you ever got something going on, or you got something that you want to do on a small scale or large scale, come partner with us. We'd love to help.
Absolutely.
Because that's what this is all about.
Okay.
It's all about the enrichment of the community through the arts, through literature.
That's dope. That's dope.
Positive reinforcement, nonviolent stuff like that.
That's dope.
So definitely come in and kick it with us.
That's dope.
Definitely anytime. And you're welcome to holler at me anytime. You got my number. So
that's a fact.
And so before we go, social media, real quick.
FB Booch everywhere. FB space BOOCHIE. You can type that in. I'm on every platform. Charles Smith on Facebook. Everything else, FB Booch. You can find. I'm all over the internet. And any site you can name of, I'm on that motherfucker rapping or making a family video or doing something. I'm on that motherfucker.
And I'm gonna ask you, I need some new content from you. I got one record with you on my radio station. That's with, I'm trying to think who was on that record, but I need some exclusive FB Boochie stuff. So send me something to the station.
I got you.
All right, for sure.
I got you.
And with that, I'm gonna let y'all know you can always tune into the station. You can go directly to the website, 101theculture.com, and just scroll down. There's a player, hit the play button, and you can listen to the station. Or you can download the TuneIn app or the Live 365 app and just search for 101.1 The Culture, and the station to come up, hit the play button.
Dope.
We're nonstop music right now.
Dope.
We cater mostly to independent artists. Eventually, these interviews that I'm doing, I'm going to compile them. They're going to be able to hear these interviews on the station along with special announcements.
Dope.
Any last shout outs before we go?
Give a shout out to God, man, for having me here, man. Shout out to fans, my partners, my family, the hood, the city, the state, The
That's what's
world,
up.
gang.
With that, we out. 101.1